And to give this time to the tailback. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. This is the offense we're going to see coming up in this one, and Travis Kelce will be key.
What a tremendous weapon he is, especially in the red zone. Knows how to find the end zone when running his routes.
Second down, 8. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Play action. Now Kaepernick. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And now out comes Houston. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive.
Come on, let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38. Let's go. Flex round.
Now back to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And let's take a look at the defensive starters for Kansas City.
Dontari Poe emerged on the scene fast as a young player and continues to make big plays at defensive tackle.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. The catch made by Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They were ready for what the defense was showing. They had prepared for that look, recognized it, went straight to the air, got the first. Well done.
Love the recognition because you can prepare for everything. You can watch the tape and put together your game plan, but you still have to understand what they're doing in terms of what they're showing and be able to adjust accordingly, and they did exactly that. Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Bryant, the lone receiver left. Back to throw here. And this is caught at the 8. And eventually brought down, but it's near the 5 at the 6.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up a second and goal. They come up in an offset eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
From back at the 3 now. This is third and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got time. Now he'll escape to his left. And that is incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's now 4th and 3. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
And out come the Chiefs now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 there, and the Chiefs are going to have a first down. They come out here in the eye. Now a handoff here to his running back. And it's defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Andre Howell, the one to bring him down. And here are the defensive starters, and their coordinator is hoping that they have short-term memories from last week.
A very tough week indeed, Brandon. All they want to do now is be solid right out of the gate. No big plays given up early.
Kaepernick to throw on second down. They complete it to Hill. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
That was not a completion that results in a highlight video. But at the same time, if you have those kind of completions all game long, eventually one of them might turn into a highlight.
Third down and 3. They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. Throwing is Kaepernick on third down. And Hill with it over the middle. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
Now Kaepernick, he couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
So many components go into a well-executed screen pass. You've got to sell. Offensive line's got to sell like they've missed blocks, and then they move out, and they're out in front of the running back. He's got to sell that he's trying to block, and then he slips out into the route. The quarterback has to sell that maybe he's trying to throw it downfield. Instead, he slips it off to the running back, and when you get one set perfectly, you have to catch the ball. And that didn't happen on that play.
They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. His throw incomplete. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end.
Safety creek. 91. Tighten up.
On third and long, it's Kaepernick. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough. It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's third down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. And the Chiefs showing a dime look as they defend this third down. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D. Ford coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be fourth down. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And that'll hit and go out of bounds, so they'll start just outside their own 40-yard line. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They'll come out in the pistol. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. They'll lose a yard. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They've got it 3rd and 10 here to start things out. Five wides in the game. 4 of them to the right side. Time running out here on the play clock. Throwing now is Kaepernick. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. So this brings up a 2nd and 2.
Let's round! Let's round! Come on, let's go!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
And an extra DB here for the Chiefs on 3rd down.
Pass situation.
Back to throw here. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So look, now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
ground they go with a running back. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. To throw, it's Kaepernick. To the right side, it's Kelsey. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The offensive line and its ability to open holes in this defensive front, something they were confident they could create in this game. Got the job done there, picked up the first.
And something they wanted to do. Have we ever met offensive linemen that don't want to fire out and hit people? I mean, they love the running game. Guys want to do that. And when you emphasize it, practice it, and work on it, that gives you an opportunity during the game.
He'll buy some time right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. And they'll run it here. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
From the gun on 3rd down, Kaepernick. And this is going to be incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
They'll look to throw here. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass, and completing it.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
5 yards left for the offense. It's 2nd down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Back to throw. He's got time in the pocket. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
4 yards remaining now on second down. On second down, here's Kaepernick. And this is Michael Floyd, complete. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Hey. 91.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Kaepernick to throw on second down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
And they'll go on the ground. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Now Kaepernick throwing on second down. Kaepernick hit. Fumble. He lost the football. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Brandon, I'm going to guarantee that the defensive coordinator just gave a huge sigh of relief. He had his dime package in the game, 6 defensive backs, and when they run draw and big offensive linemen are thundering downfield, that's usually a win for the offense.
Here's Cairo Santos now for the Chiefs field goal. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. So as they take it over, we step aside. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. A final shot before half for Kaepernick. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And it is incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. Well, we're going to let you off a little easy there, LR. Halftime interrupted, and we are ready to get to this 3rd quarter. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half.
And look out. I think he's going to go. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And his kick is right through. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better. As if he didn't have enough to think about on that route, the comeback route, coming back to the football and catching it, decided to make sure he toe-tapped and kept himself in bounds.
And that was spectacular, but on the comeback route, maybe a little easier to deal with the sideline since you've got better vision of it.
I think that's a great point because you should know exactly where you're going and know how much space you have and make sure you get your feet down. But, yeah, coming back to the football, I like it. Good vision.
And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. A good first down call as the screenplay gets them 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now a play fake. Kaepernick backing up, going up top. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Andre Howe. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Texans set to come onto the field. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
of the gun. They'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
And not a great punt here. Out of bounds in the air. They're going to say this one doesn't even get to the 40. And now here comes Kansas City. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
To throw, Kaepernick eluding the pressure right. And this is incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd. Kelsey out in the slot right. On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. Dancing to his left. They complete it to Hill. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
And it's 1st and goal now, but still 10 yards to go. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. Call it a gain of 9 there, and it puts him in better shape here for 2nd and goal. That's what they wanted out of that 1st down play. Run it down there. Now they're knocking on the door.
The only thing that would have been better was getting it in, and now they can do whatever they want because they've got confidence on their side. Line up quickly and go, or savor it a little bit, but I run right back at them.
Play clock winding down. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
Now from back at the 5, this is 3rd and goal. From the gun on 3rd down, Kaepernick flush to his right. And now here is another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Receivers work all the time on making sure they catch the ball, haul it into their bodies before they turn and run. A little bit of loss of focus on that play.
2nd down here after the incomplete pass. to throw. This one complete. It's C.J. Fedorowicz. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run. 36 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to maneuver. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
They'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's brought down. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
2nd down now after the incompletion. On play action, they'll throw. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete. He tried to get away with a push. He could not. Offensive pass interference. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Out left side here to Bryant. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
We're back now in KC. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And his kick here is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal, and that does give them the lead, but this one is still a long ways from over.
And you love to be able to look up at the scoreboard and see that you're out in front, but then you take one look across the field and see that offense is raring to come back out, and you think, I don't know that field goals are going to be enough to get us home.
And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
3 yards to go here on second down. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Let's see what the defense dials up here. 3rd and 4. 5 wides in the game. 4 of them to the right side. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. And my goodness, another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the...
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. They go play action here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got Fuller. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That'll be a gain of 15 yards. And they're going to have a third down. They need to get this to the 24 on third down. The gun. They'll look to throw. And finding Fedorowicz. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Bryant, the lone receiver, left. They'll look to throw here. Flushed out right. And his throw here is incomplete. Dez Bryant, the intended receiver. And now it's third down. Good job by the O-line. Quarterback had time to go through his checks. That's one you need to take advantage of.
A perfect situation, and they're unable to take advantage of it. When you have that much time to scan the field, you have to find an open receiver.
We've got a 3rd and 11. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
And ready for 3rd and 6. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. And now they're in the hurry-up.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside. Not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Dez Bryant, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Texans will extend their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And up 2 scores late. No clue why you do this here, but they're going to go for the onside kick. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now here comes Kansas City. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. I'm ready now for 2nd and 9. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Texans turn that interception into a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Second down now after the pass completion. 5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. Throwing now is Kaepernick toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And quickly they get to the line.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
It takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those.
Kaepernick hit. Fumble. He lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. They come out here in the eye. Now a handoff looking right. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. And on 2nd and 10 now. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll work his way forward up to the 22. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Here's a handoff to the fullback, Whitlock. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And this will be taken at the 13. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now here comes Kansas City. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end, but feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. To throw, Kaepernick. Throwing left side, it's complete. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And Hill with it over the middle. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. And now a first down following that long gain. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. One final try for Kaepernick. We've seen this before. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for Houston, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they will head home next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Denver Broncos. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Kansas City, so long, everybody.